Welcome back to Giants Latest, where you will find out everything you need to know about the New York Giants. Hit the like button and make sure you hit that subscribe button to stay updated. Today, we are back on all things UDFAs because the Giants brought in quite a few of them and signed some of them. So let's talk about wide receiver Dcoan Felton because he is one of the players that the Giants did go ahead and sign. And he's actually the only player that is essentially guaranteed a practice squad spot because he got the amount of money that guarantee you for that for a rookie. So he's from Virginia Tech. He is 6'5" and 213 pounds. He was projected to be rounds 6 to 7 and ended up making to the Giants. So let's talk about some strengths and weaknesses that he has. He has a premium blend of size, length, and speed. His 440 time was a 4.5, which is pretty damn good for a wide receiver. We know how this front office feels too about their speedy, shifty guys. He's good at using hand fighting to shoo handsy corners away, which is hopefully something that will translate well into the NFL and doesn't translate to penalties because we can't afford those. His vertical talent will be better utilized by a more accurate quarterback. Sounds a little bit like Jalen Hyatt. So I think bringing in guys like this is always good for competition. And lastly, another strength of his is that he has the ability to overtake defenders on deep throws. Again, things that we all know this Giants front office loves. Some of his weaknesses is he uses his body to make catches and allows throws to get on top of his hands. His career drop rate could be a bit alarming to NFL teams. Well, he will fit right in here with the Giants because we all know how this team does with the drops. He also has below average ball tracking and catch adjustments on the move. So things that could maybe be improved with good coaching. We will find out if he ends up sticking around. And his run after catch can be clunky and he lacks elusiveness. So a couple things to know about Dcoan Felton. I think that we will see a bit of him during camp. Like I said, especially knowing that he has that guaranteed money for at least the practice squad. So keep your eyes peeled on him. Another wide receiver who the Giants did guarantee money to, but not enough money to guarantee him to be on a practice squad is wide receiver Jordan Bllye. So he basically just got a $5,000 signing bonus, and, we'll see what the Giants get about him. So some information that I was able to find out about him is that he actually is the son of former longtime NFL cornerback Bllye, who is actually a coach now with the New York Jets. So obviously his dad has some experience in the NFL, which will be helpful for him. He is 6 feet tall, 166 pounds, originally from North Carolina. He spent the first 3 years of his college career at Old Dominion. I wonder if he knows Trey Hawkins, the Giants corner that was drafted in the 6th round, because he's also an Old Dominion guy. During his time there, he appeared in 30 games, starting 9 and getting 46 receptions for 394 yards and a touchdown. He spent his final season with Gardner Webb, where he was in 5 games, had 6 receptions for 193 yards and a touchdown. So a couple things to know about him. He obviously did not have a lot of production in college, but he had an excellent showing at the Tropical Bowl, showcasing his pro-level hands, and he knows how to use them in traffic. He has great body control, fluid runner who glides in and out of his routes. He's not a burner, but he is able to create some separation by navigating his routes and getting in and out of breaks. So a couple things to like about him. Let's talk about a couple things that he needs to improve. He is 6 feet tall, and like I said, only 166 pounds, which is very small. So I'm curious to see if the Giants will try to get him to focus putting on some weight this spring, but I don't know how much he's going to be able to put on before the fall. He is a slot receiver, so something that we also have seen is that we don't really have a backup for Wan'Dale Robinson in the slot. They can use Malik Neighbors there a little bit, which I'm sure that they will, but obviously, he's not a Wan'Dale Robinson replacement. Also, what I am looking at here on SI.com has him listed as being 5'9". I saw something else that has him listed as 6 foot, so what the real answer is, I'm not quite sure. So obviously he needs to work on that. He also needs to work on his speed a little bit, but I think that, depending on how he does putting on some weight, hopefully they do it in the right way that is able to help him to improve that. So just a name for you guys to watch. And like I said, if you're going to be, at camp or anything this summer, it's always fun to see these guys and see how they do. He's likely could be involved with Jackson Dart. So maybe on those deep throws, we will get to see Jordan Bllye and Dcoan Felton involved. All right, let's move over to edge Trace Ford. He was offered a UDFA contract from the Giants as well. He is 6'2", 252 pounds. He played in 13 games, started 6 of them for the Cowboys. In 2020, he played all 10 games, and then in 2023, he only played 9 games. He missed the entire 2021 season due to his injuries and ended up redshirting, and then his last year, 2024, played in 13 games and has collected 18 tackles, 3.5 for a loss, and 1 interception. So not a ton on him. He played at Oklahoma and, obviously dealt with some injury issues where he missed an entire season, but I'm curious to see if the Giants can get anything out of him and if he's good enough to end up be signing to the practice squad at some point. Lastly, let's talk about safety Tommy McCormack. So he is from Idaho. He's 6'1", 210 pounds, and he got all Big Sky honors on 3 separate occasions. Finished his career with 273 total tackles, 9 for a loss, 7 interceptions, and 24 passes defended. In 2024, he was second on the team with 39 solo tackles and 42 assisted tackles, while leading the team with 3 interceptions and 1 pick six. I love this quote from his head coach, so I wanted to include this. He is one of the most instinctual players. How many times have we heard Joe Schoen talk about instincts? And we have seen also that when he talks about all the players that they have signed in free agency or brought in the draft, good instincts is something he always discusses. So, no surprise, this is why they loved him. He's one of the most instinctual players I've ever been around and was always around the football. Ball hawk. Both in the run game and against the pass. He'll always be turnover Tommy to me because if there's a play to be made, he's the one coming down with the football. Tommy is someone who is always ready to make a play in the biggest moments, which will have him be a great shot to be a good pro. So that wraps it up for all the UDFAs today. Stay tuned because there are more coming your way tomorrow.